So the thing about progress that I was talking in the last podcast is that you have to be open to it. Welcome back to the Unedited podcast. Today I'm on a different environment, still on different environments, but I'll be back to the regular one and with the microphone and everything. This setup is it's quite good. The iPhone and the microphone works well, but I'll be back to the nice one with multiple cameras and everything. Even for people that are watching on YouTube, it's a little bit easier than having just me talking here, just a one head talk. But you can also listen nowadays. You can listen on YouTube music. The podcast is also available there. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, you can listen anywhere. So, and if you enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and comment. So I was talking about today that you have to be open for progress. And what I mean by this is I've been listening to a couple of podcasts as I do my morning walks. And in those podcasts, you learn so much. But for you to learn, you have to really absorb what they're saying and really feel like what they're saying makes sense. And sometimes if you're not open to progress, you won't be able to receive the message the way that you should, so that you will be making changes in your own life. And this is what I mean by open to progress. Most of people that I know, and if you talk about something they're doing wrong or they're not happy with something, they are not actually open to progress. They're not open to change. They are not. Maybe they'll say they're too old to change. Maybe they'll just give an example like, "Oh, this is just the way I am. This is genetics. This is whatever the excuse is," because really it's an excuse. You can change whenever you want. You are more capable than you think to make a change. And if you try to make changes in your life, you can. And talking about my personal development that I've been going through by doing, set myself to have more stuff done, be more organized, have a couple of habits, create great habits so that everything will keep rolling much better. And that's actually what's been happening. Even from work, I've been getting more work. I've been getting more options, more opportunities. So it all comes down to be open to receive. And what I mean by open to receive, not only I'm open to receive those opportunities, but as I'm being open for change, things start to happen. I see things more clearly. Because of the organization, I might find platforms or stuff that I could do to work better, or even to learn from someone. That person says a couple of words that it will make that shift. And one of the examples that one of the podcasts that I was listening, it was this guy. I really enjoyed the Jay Shetty podcast, and he was interviewing this guy, Ed Millett. And he has this new book that it's called The Power of One. I haven't read it, but it's already on my list, because the book, it says power of one more. I think it's the name. It's like this, the power of one more. And what he meant by the book and what he was trying to tell about it is sometimes you just need to push one more time, or do one more set, or if you're training, one more mile. If you're doing any creative work, let's just review the work just one more time. And that can be actually really powerful. And as I heard that, it kind of settled me like, okay, so sometimes if I push it just one more time, that will be enough. And then on the next day, just one more time. And this comes back to consistency. And consistency is something that it's so important. And as I'm growing this habits and everything, it's all about consistency. And as you keep pushing, okay, so one more day, one more exercise, one more job opening, one more page, one more whatever you're creating, with one more, it's gotta be really powerful for some people when you're open for that. So when you're open to motivate yourself, when you're open to do the work. But it can also be bad, because actually, if you think about the one more, someone is getting drunk. Oh, just one more drink. So, and if you're doing drugs, and just one more hit. And if you're doing something, whatever it is that is bad, and just one more time. So it's powerful, but it's also very powerful on the opposite way. So you have to be open for change. You have to be open to get better. You have to be open to improve yourself, so that, for example, that sentence can really work with you and will push the envelope on creating, on developing more. So it's a powerful message, of course, but being used on a good way, because it might be, sometimes it's not the best way. Sometimes it could be not too good, but still, that was a really good one. And that interview has a lot of uh, good things that he says about improving yourself and everything. And I've been enjoying a lot of these podcasts of self-improvement, finance, a lot of those, that you have those options that will help you become better. And like I said in the last podcast, I was talking about progress. And if you want to make progress, you gotta be better than before. So one more day where you can improve one more thing. So that's a good one that I listened. It was very, very powerful. Another one that I listened, I believe, I don't know if that's actually new podcast, but the episode was number one, was this guy. I don't remember his name, but if you look with the interviews, he was interviewing Matthew McConaughey, the actor. And actually, when you listen, and he was saying something really, really powerful also, because in the interview, it's about how Matthew McConaughey was doing those romantic comedies all the time. And he always had jobs for that. And he was the romantic comedy guy. And he stopped for almost 2 years because he wanted to get out of it. He wanted to make dramas, and no one would hire him for to make a drama. And that's how he won the Oscar. And if you've seen his movies with the drama and everything, you see that he's so good at it. But the thing is, people might think, okay, so he's Matthew McConaughey. He had a lot of money. He had a lot of everything. So he didn't have any struggles. He did. So he shares a little bit about his struggles. Even if you get to that point where super well known, super well, your bank account and everything, it looks like everything is fulfilled for you, but sometimes it's not. And people want to make a change. And to make progress, sometimes you have to take 2 steps back, 3 steps back. And that's what he did. He got out of Hollywood. He went to live in Texas, and he had his wife. His wife supported him and everything, really supported the idea, his manager and everyone. So he's telling this story, how he came about, like even having a really big opportunity for doing again a romantic comedy, and he denied it just to be sure that he wanted to get into drama, and be sure that he was really into it, and he really wanted to make the change, to make progress. So he wanted to progress his career. But he had to be open for it. And being open, of course, let's say you have a job, and okay, I want to change my job, and I want to change my career, and if no one will hire me for 2 years, that's fine. Well, that's not the case. Of course, for Matthew McConaughey, he might had money for like support himself for 2 years or even more, but still, the struggle that it is, and with the maybe got a little to drink a little more, and so you can really go down a path that you don't want to, or your mental health could be really struggling with everything, even if you're very rich, very successful, but still, it's about progress, and it's about being open for a change. And most people don't, they're not open to changes. And if you ask a lot of your friends, your family, if you see that they're doing something wrong, if you see they're stubborn as hell, and you ask them, well, you could make a change. You can do some meditation, do some walkings, do whatever you can to make a change. People are not open to change. Okay, so they say that sometimes those things are just their personality. Oh, this is the way I am. This is, but they can recognize that for themselves. They're probably not too happy with doing that, but still, they think, oh, it's just a part of me. It's nothing I can do to make a change. And you can make changes not within yourself. Of course, you can make changes from a job or from opportunities. You can create your own opportunities, but still making changes to yourself, to your the way you see your life, the way you see the opportunities. Those are the biggest changes, because you really have to dig deep into yourself, and find what you need to do to make a change. But it's possible. I've been listening to a lot of people that made the change. One thing that someone said on the podcast, I believe it was Ed Millett, he was just, sometimes you're just one person away, or just a podcast away, to listen to something, to make something that will absolutely change your mind. And if you see and if you listen to a lot of stories, people talk about that. At this specific moment, everything changed. And that's when they became open for change. So this is my set on this. I really believe that people can make a change, but you do have to be open for it. And most of people aren't. So maybe you want to help someone, a friend, a family member, just to help them just make a change, change something for the best, and maybe motivate them to make a change for the better, to be a better father, a better friend, a better mom, a better whatever it is, or just improve this one thing. And you might enjoy it, and they might enjoy it. And so once you start improving, you see that you start seeking the self-improvement much more. And that's really, really good. And you'll feel so fulfilled, and you'll also feel this incredible happiness on progress on yourself by making a change. Believe me, it's all possible, and you'll feel happy for you and for your friend, family, and member. Okay, try this. See you guys in the next one. Bye.